Aloha, Magnum fans! Welcome to Dress Like Magnum. Today we're going to be discussing one of Magnum's many sweaters. This one is called a Henley sweater. You're probably like, what's the Henley sweater? Well, once I show it to you, you'll probably remember it. So let's have a look. So what do you think? Look familiar? These are actually really big in the 80s. I actually had a gray one back in the day. Could never really find this color. These are called Henley sweaters, basically after the Henley shirt. Henley shirts are basically a kind of a lightweight. It's almost like they're like t-shirts. Most of the time they're long sleeve, and they have a distinctive collar like this. So that's why this is called a Henley sweater, because it's got that Henley collar on it. So how do you get one of these? Well, you can go to eBay, type in Henley sweater. What you're going to get is a lot of them by LL Bean and Land's End. And basically, I bought a couple of those. They're really thick. I mean, this is a seriously thick sweater. Kind of too heavy, really, to wear, like Magnum or, like in the evening or something, or after a swim or something like that. They're really too thick for that. And the other main difference is between the kind that Magnum wore. You see how these lines are all vertical? All the way up to the shoulder. The LL Bean and the Land's End, and actually probably 95% of the Henley sweaters that you find that are vintage on the internet are like that. They have a horizontal pattern. So the vertical goes up to here, and then they start the horizontal pattern on each side. So that actually is a pretty notable difference. So I really wanted to find, a pretty much exact match. So I searched and searched and searched, and what I came up with is a brand called St. John's Bay, and I think it was sold basically through J.C. Penney back in the day. I think it's still around, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, St. John's Bay is what you want to do. So go to eBay, type in St. John's Bay Henley sweater, and you'll see these come up in various colors. There's reds, there's whites, there's all sorts of colors. And just wait around. Eventually, a navy blue one will come up. It's really distinctive. I really like these buttons. Are really cool. They're actually wooden, and it looks like they're burnt. So really distinctive. Because I had one of these back in the day, but I never really could find the navy one. This one first showed up in the third season, as I remember, episode called Foiled Again. He kind of comes up when he's talking to Higgins and, who has a foil in his hand. But anyway, great episode. From here on out, they really didn't get too much showtime. It's not like he wore it out when he was doing things. Basically, you see it like when he's at Robin's Nest somewhere, like in Higgins' office, or, if he's in, back at his place. But it's not like he wore this out very much. He had another colored one that he did wear out a little bit, but basically this one kind of just stayed on in Robin's Nest area. So kind of wore it off and on. Usually like towards the end of the show, the opening or the closing scene is really when they put this on. But yeah, hey, it's a great sweater. I love it. Lightweight. Go for the St. John's Bay. You'll have a pretty much, I have to say, exact match here. Not really close. This is pretty much an exact match. So there you go. Till next time, aloha.